Hello and welcome back to another video in the world of Monster Hunter. Today is all about the wide Gunlance, my preferred style of Gunlance, just because it's got big booms and it's probably also one of the most versatile sort of Gunlance playstyles, because it doesn't really limit you to anything. There is just a preferred method, which is poke shell, poke shell, poke shell. It's also one of the safest because you're not stunning yourself or locking yourself into very large animations or wait times by doing swing lance or the charge shell, although both can work. So overall, wide Gunlance, bit of a weird one again on the progression side, and the best way I have found of doing this is a little bit strange. For the poverty builds, you can utilise Elementless, although I've left them out because there are more useful skills to be used, but it is entirely up to you. Up first, we have a Master's Touch variant of the Tower of Bustle Water. This is probably one of the better ways to go into Iceborne, simply because we aren't really offered the Razor Sharp Charm as of yet. Got the main skills in there, but we're only running 90% affinity, so be wary of where you're poking and shell away. Now for the next build, you are going to want to grind out Nagakuga like it's going out of fashion, simply because this is one of the easiest, quickest and best wide gun lances you can get very early on, along with the fact that the Naga armor set bonus gives you True Shot Razor Sharp, which is going to be a lot more useful than Master's Touch. As well as getting some Master Rank armor, your defense is going to be a lot higher. So here we've got Tenderizer Vitality, or just anything with Tenderizer, or just a flat Tenderizer. Expert Dual 4, you get one of those free when you enter Iceborne. Critical Vitality, again anything with critical, magazine, critical vitality, and then expert. We're also running the Artillery Charm 3 because it's probably the best way you can actually really get anything done at that sort of level. Now I was using the Hidden Cannon 1, like I said, it's probably one of the best early game wide gun lances you can get. When you can upgrade it, just go ahead and upgrade, although I wouldn't put too much investment into it until you can get to the real end game big bad boss Gunlance. Up next, we are still utilising the 3-piece Nagakuga, but we're basically finished the story. So we've got the Kirin Jacket Alpha in there, which is at Master Rank 17, and the Shara Ishvalda Gloves, which gives critical boost 2. This just takes a lot of pressure off your decoration farming in general. Decorations so far: Tenderizer Vitality, Expert, Tenderizer, Magazine, Critical Vitality, Challenger 4, and then Expert, still running that Artillery 3 deco. Now it is at this point when you should get access to the Guiding Lands, and I would recommend pretty much trying to mine the crap out of everything immediately, and you should be able to start making the Zora pieces. If you've got the Zora pieces, there's a build coming up. The next one is sort of like a middle ground transition, just in case you can't get that, and it's going back to using Master's Touch, which isn't great because your shelling will nuke your sharpness, but on the plus side, you would be doing a good chunk more damage than this. So like I said, using 3-piece Kaiser to get the Master's Touch, still using Kirin Jacket Alpha and Shara Ishvalda Gloves. Artillery Charm is still there. I don't particularly recommend this build simply because with the Hidden Cannon it's pretty meh. However, if you do want to make a transition over to a Blast Gunlance, then this would actually work out a lot better for you. But like I said, if you're in the Guiding Lands and you're not finding it too difficult to farm and mine a lot of stuff, then you could probably skip straight over this build altogether. Speaking of skippable builds, this is just in case you do want to max out the Hidden Cannon 2. I do personally feel this is probably one of the best variants for non-meta builds going, although it is still pretty meta in the armor set and how the decos work. It's just the weapon itself that's holding it back. 589 EFR is nothing to scoff at. It does do pretty darn well. We've got artillery 5 in there as well, just to make sure that your shelling hits bloody damn hard, along with the attack augment, a health augment, and lots of custom upgrades for your affinity, just to make sure you go over just that little bit more so that you can maximize your damage when you get some pretty terrible hit zones. Overall, this build does work pretty darn well, but it is lacking in terms of what the meta essentially offers you, which is a stupid amount of royalties to what you can see me using in the video as well. And the main reason I leave this out is because although it's easy to get the weapons, it's quite difficult to upgrade them because it requires arena. So I'm very skeptical always about putting these in, but overall these weapons are generally worth it, apart from the heavy bowgun, which appears pretty damn trash, but I'm still trying to find a way to make it a bit more exciting. And speaking of which, Royal Guard Striker and Affinity and Health Augment, Elementless Jewel in there, Zora Alpha, Tenderizer, Zora Hide Alpha, Critical Expert, Ruinous Van Bracers with an Expert 4 and an Expert, Zora Spine Alpha with a Tenderizer Magazine, and then Garuga Greaves with Handicraft Critical with the Razor Sharp Charm. Razor Sharp Charm is going to stop our sharpness being completely nuked by all of our shelling, and the reason we're using Alpha over Beta isn't because of the decos or it's the skills. It allows us to have artillery level 5 without gemming it in, utilising decorations, and 684 EFR, near enough added another 100 to the EFR of the previous build. This thing does do a hell of a lot of damage, and it's pretty damn fun to use, and it looks quite fashionable as well if you are into your fashion hunting. Anyway, I do hope this has helped people with Gunlance. This is actually probably one of my favourite solo ways to play because it's just so much more entertaining, or at least I find it entertaining, and I hope to see you out in the field, hunters. Have fun, good luck, and don't die. It's bad for the health.